Although, unless they're trying to play it to counter the Galleon, which might be the case, they might be trying to counter the Galleon. So we are about to see how this plays out as the second matchup of Sunday Community Skirmish number 170 begins very shortly here. Here we go, folks. Once again, Triple L is going to be on blue, Fancy Cloud Rangers on red as we begin the second matchup on Battle of the Dunes. Battle of the Dunes, of course, is a very dusty, duny map with not a lot of places to hide, but of course a lot of dust, a lot of sand, and of course there is your big wreckage on the side. You got the ribs, you got a lot of things, you got some places to hide, not a whole lot of places, as here we go with our matchup. Second matchup has begun. Here we go. Ship number 1 is the Chariot, piloted by Dementia. Who is that guy again? I forgot. It is a Carrot build. Caro Artemis up front with a side Artemis and Hades. Ship number 2, Bodie McBoatface, piloted by Spudnik. We have a classic Metagalleon. Watch a Caro short side, a Lumber Flak Mark II on the long side, with a Hades and a Flare on the rear. Ship 3 is the GFA Flying Flounder, piloted by Captain Scrowbeard. We have a Merc Mobula with double Artemis on the bottom, Gatling, and a Flak on the wings. Ship number 4 is the Moth, piloted by Mirwin. Mirwin, of course, loving to bring that Moth, loving to name all those ship names with Moth in there. It is a Merc Artemis Pyramidion with side Gatling and a Flak. So here we go, shots going out. Looks like red understands that blue is heading for the ribs. They are not going split push. They know they're heading for the ribs. Blue, of course, looking to hide amongst the ribs. They are going to try to make this perhaps a long-range contest, as they should against Chariot, which is only rocking Hades art on that side of the ship, which will give them an advantage. They will have an opportunity to really do things. Will Blue. That Merc Artemis Pyramidion should be in good shape. I believe they are Merc Artemis. Yes, they are. They are Merc Artemis. However, the Dust Storm coming into play here, that will affect the blue ships. Chariot looking to move in right now. They are moving in on the GFA Flying Flounder. They're putting those side guns on the GFA Flying Flounder. Looks like Chariot will be more content to kind of circle strafe with that Hades art. That seems to be the plan right now. They're going to play it nice and well, I shouldn't say nice and tight. It'll be mid-range as Chariot getting hull broken. This might be a mistake by red going with that Carrot. I'm not so sure about that build, especially against all the long-range ships that blue is pulling out here. Not so sure about that, but we'll see as the Moth getting lit into. They are losing 3 guns. Now they're in a bit of trouble right now. If they get that hull break, that is a Flak Mark II on the Bodie McBoatface. That could be big trouble for them if they're not careful, as the Moth appearing to pull a Hydro here. Yes, that is a bit of a Hydro with a buff balloon as well. So they're going to survive right now as the Flying Flounder now getting lit into. There's a hull break right there. That's a Flak shot going out, and the Flounder, no, lands a little low. It's not going to hit. The Flak not landing true onto the Flying Flounder. That slow flying shot that you saw from the Bodie McBoatface, that is a Flak Mark II. Those faster moving small projectiles, of course, are the Lumberjack. Looks like they've decided they want to go for the Moth now. The Moth, a good target. Now that balloon is broken. Oh, they should be firing that Flak any second now. You know that balloon's popped. There's the Flak shot right there. It will land, but it will land into the hull. It will land in the armor, but that armor was up, so not really going to be very effective. Let's take a look as the Chariot's been hull broken. Chariot is hull broken. Those shots not landing true. No follow-ups, though. No follow-ups on the Chariot. Let's look at the Bodie McBoatface, and let's take a look and see. That is charged, of course, on the Bodie McBoatface. They will not be using lock shot on that Flak Mark II. Probably smart right there against these two ships, as the Flying Flounder not doing a whole lot to juke right now. They're going to tank it. That Flak missing. As we have no kills on the board just yet. No kills on the board. Flying Flounder with 6 stacks on the hull side, and they extinguish it. So they've got an extinguisher on the hull side, does the GFA Flying Flounder. In fact, let's take a look at the Flying Flounder right now and see that they have 1 chem spray, 1 extinguisher on board. They have that extinguisher hull side. They have the chem spray on the balloon side. Probably for the best right now, as Chariot has decided this long-range stuff is for the birds. They are moving in with that Carrot. They are moving in. Flying Flounder looking to move up. That is going to be a standard raise on the Chariot. Chariot saying he's all in right now. Chariot moving that moonshine in. They're looking to get the right side of the Moth. They do indeed get it. One small problem. They get the right side of the Moth. Their right side's on the Moth. That's not a good thing. The Flying Flounder has free shots on the Flying Flounder. Excuse me, the Flying Flounder has free shots on the Chariot, my bad. As Flying Flounder now looking to put some shots in. The Moth now put some shots in. A big mistake by Chariot. That's going to cost him first blood, I think. Flying Flounder, hull broken, double broken right now. Do we have a flak shot going out? No, we do not. The armor goes back up. Chariot still taking the free shots now. They finally get the left side on the Flying Flounder. They lost some perma there. They're still diving, They're going under the Flying Flounder. Looks like they're going to try to use the nose cone to do things here. It could be a Hydro Burn coming up here. They don't have much balloon to work with. Flying Moth looking to sandwich. This could be a sandwich play right here. There's the kill right there with the Artemis. It is 1-0. Triple L with first blood advantage once again. Gotta tip your cap to Triple L. They used to be a punching bag in SCS, that team that was always on the doorstep, never quite getting there. Triple L showing us now they are no joke in SCS. They are bringing it here today, just like they brought it last week. They are showing us that they can and will hang with the big boys in the comp scene. They themselves may be becoming a big dog here in the comp scene as the Moth moving in, the Flying Flounder moving in. They're putting some shots on the Boatface, who has not been hull broken. Now they're hull broken. Now they're taking some perma hull. They're down to about 80% perma hull. They're going to, of course, put that engineer on there. Do they have the... no, they do not have the pilot up there as they're still turning. It's just going to be one right now. They're going to turn the short side on the Moth. That means one thing. That means a Huacha, except for one small problem with that. They've got a Merc Artemis Pyramidion, which means they're going to control that right side. Flying Flounder is coming in now. The Moth has the Boatface controlled. This should be academic. Chariot is moving in. No, Chariot is backing up, actually. It looks like the Chariot has no interest in playing this out. Looks like the Boatface will be sacrificed here for the greater good. This should be 2-0 any minute. Hull break is imminent, but they have to reload that Gatling. Chariot still just hanging back. They are not interested in moving in. They're still looking to sacrifice the Boatface. Now they're hull broken. That should be academic now. There it is. 2-0 in favor of blue. Triple L in full control of the matchup so far. All right, and of course we have the dust storm coming in. Chariot staying low and on the other side of the ribs. They are not spotted here. That cloud is going to give them plenty of cover. That cloud that moved in on blue. They're going to have some cover here. They're going to be just fine. And of course, both red ships respawning at this time. That means we are going to see some fireworks here very soon. Triple L once again up 2-0. If they win this matchup, they are definitely moving on to the grand finals. And they will definitely have the winner's advantage going into the grand finals if they win this matchup. Which at that point means we will have a play-in game from the other two teams to see who moves on as well. Like I said before, Triple L really coming to play here today. They are really showing us that they belong in the upper echelon of teams today. They showed it last week. Again, they picked up their second win as a team last week. This could be their third here today if they keep this up. Already a 2-0 advantage over Fancy Cloud Dancers. The Moth now getting focused by both red ships. This is a good angle right here as the Moth getting lit into. Moth losing their balloon. They're going to lose their balloon. There goes a flak shot right there. There's a flak shot. They're going to duck behind cover as best as they can. They're looking for cover here as best as they can. They may not get it. Their balloon might be getting camped here as the Flying Flounder now in a bit of trouble. Looks like they're going to turn their attention to the Flying Flounder. They get balloon broken. That flak shot could be coming out any second. Oh, the flak was early. The flak was early. Just a touch too early. A half a second slower on that flak. That might have been a kill. Blue's in big trouble right now. The Flying Flounder's down to about 50% perma here. That balloon's getting low. Moth's balloon getting broken. Red really controlling the action now. Looks like Fancy Cloud Dancers is done being embarrassed by Triple L. The young upstarts as Chariot now looking to put some Hades into the Flying Flounder. Now Moth in trouble. Double break on the Moth. Double break on the Moth. Will the flak come out? The flak does not come out. And oh, Flying Flounder with a big mistake. They run into the environment. That's going to hull break them. Oh, but those shots just missing. Oh, the Flying Flounder losing about 20 to 25% of their perma from that mistake right there. Big mistake. That could cost them. They're turned in an awkward position. Double break on the Moth. Will they go down? This should be 2-2. If this keeps up, this should be 2-2. Flying Flounder once again. They're double broken with a pixel of perma. One hull break. A sneeze will actually take them out now. Blue's down. There's the kill right there. That is 2-1. Red is on the board. This looks vaguely familiar. This seems to be the Triple L formula. Trade but get first blood. This seems to be their formula. The Moth now looking to try to get a cheap, some cheap perma on the Bodie McBoatface. Don't think that's going to happen. Nah, that shouldn't happen. 2-2, all tied up. The attempt to get the cheap perma on the Bodie McBoatface, probably not the best idea. They probably should have gone for the Chariot for that. Hindsight, of course, always 20/20. Of course, speaking of twos and whatnot, we got 2-2 all tied up. And, of course, Triple L with first blood advantage, so they can still play the timer. They can still play that timer all they want. 10 minutes to go in the matchup. Red looking to push up. Looks like they're going to push for the. Looks like they're going to push for the north spawn boat. Of course, blue on the north spawn. That means that Chariot is moving in very aggressively for that derelict boat right there. They're moving for it. They're going to get it with the cover of clouds. A smart move right there by Chariot. Chariot with that cloud cover, but will they get spotted? That cloud cover still covering them a bit here. This could be an interesting play for Red. This could be a game-winning play for Chariot if they play this right now. Spots going out. Chariot getting spotted themselves. They're not going to wait for the Bodie McBoatface. They're just going to go ahead and get those spots out. They are at about 1,500 away from blue, maybe 1,600 each square. Of course, 500 meters. That means, of course, that the, let's look at the Chariot right now as that side of the Chariot rocking an Artemis. That Artemis is going to be out of range without Lesmok. Hades, however, should be just in range. Chariot realizing, oh, wait a minute, that Artemis won't be in range. We're going to be at a disadvantage against a Merc Mobula. Maybe we should reconsider this plan as a Bodie McBoatface looking to put some shots out. They're going to look to get some cover, give some cover to the Chariot. Bodie McBoatface is in a good position right now. Chariot probably doesn't want to be here. Chariot wants to be a lot closer. I would still say advantage blue right now because Chariot is going to only really have one gun in play, and that's going to be that that Hades. Meanwhile, the GFA Flying Flounder rocking the Merc Double Art. They'll only have the Merc, however, they'll have a Merc that they'll have two Mercs in an Art, so they'll basically control the action. They won't have much kill potential though without a Lesmok Artemis. In fact, let's take a look and see who is on that Artemis. That would be Lord of Spades, who is going to be using Burst on that. Of course, mag ammo being used in that Mercury. Mag ammo, of course, giving you that extra little oomph on the Mercury field gun, gives you that third shot, which is very useful. Moth now moving in very quickly. It looks like they're both going for the Chariot. I like this play by blue. They realize that this is happening. They're going for the Chariot. Chariot realizing, uh-oh. Chariot realizing they're going to move in. And Bodie McBoatface is moving in the back door here. They're moving very aggressively. They realize what's going on here. Bodie McBoatface is going to close distance uncontested. Chariot's getting focused right now. Chariot is going to dive down. The Moth looking to get aggressive here. This could be a Hydro play right here. This could be a Hydro play. They're baiting the Moth. I think this is a Hydro play. Yes, it is a Hydro play right here by the Chariot. It is going to be a Hydro play. Moth matching the Hydro. Moth matching the Hydro. Chariot in trouble, though, but the Bodie McBoatface is a little low. Should be okay with the lumbers. Low with the lumber on a Mobula is actually a good thing. Chariot, that could put a Chariot into a 1v1 situation with the Moth. Or maybe a 2v1. Will they drive by the Moth? They're going to drive by the Moth. They're going for the Flounder. A great play right here. Chariot with the Ram. Double break on the Flounder. This should be 3-2. It is 3-2. A great play right here by Fancy Cloud Dancers taking the lead. Good play by Triple L, but it was countered perfectly by Fancy Cloud Dancers. They've seen that play all day. They were looking to get the Bodie McBoatface up and get the Cherry into a position in which they could be at close range where they're most effective. Good plan by both sides. Red executes theirs better. That Hydro really setting it up by the Chariot. And the Moth getting hull broken. Now double break on the Moth. That is a lumber going out. There's the flak shot going out, but that armor's back up. It is late. It still misses anyway. Moth is in big trouble right now. They're looking for cover down to about 50% perma. They need cover and they need it in a hurry. They should be tanking it all the way, should the Moth. Let's in fact take a look and see if they are tanking it. They do have 2 downstairs. They have 3 downstairs. Nobody on the balloon. They got nobody on that balloon. If that balloon goes down, they're going to be in trouble. But they are tanking it right now. Hull break on the Moth. Artemi going in. 3 engines down. This could spell doom for the Moth. Armor break almost again. They are tanking it, folks. They are tanking this. There is the hull break once again. Another Hades shot going out. Artemis going out. Artemis should finish it. Artemis finishes it. It's 4-2 in favor of Fancy Cloud Dancers. Fancy Cloud Dancers, of course, one of the most famous teams in Guns of Icarus, at least in terms of the comp scene. Definitely one of the most famous teams, of course. They the winners of the Big Brass Revival Tournament, making it rain money, etc., etc. You all know the drill. Triple L, the defending champs of SCS number 169. Blue calling for pause. Blue calling for pause should be granted with no spots. Should be granted. Pause is granted by Cairo, so we will take a short break in the action. A 2-minute timer will start on this pause. Of course, once again, for those of you just tuning in, we will do a quick look at the ship callouts once again. Looks like Blue lost somebody on their ship. Let's do a quick call out on the ships once again. Chariot is down to 50%. It's piloted by Dementio. We have a Carrot build on that Pyramidian with a side Artemis and Hades. Ship 2, the Bodie McBoatface, the classic Meta Galleon, piloted by Spudnik. Watch a Caro short side, lumber flak on the long. That's a flak Mark II with the Hades and a flare on the back. Ship 3 is the GFA Flying Flounder, piloted by Captain Scrowbeard, a Merc Mobula double Artemis on the bottom, Gatling and a flak on the wings. Ship 4. The Moth, piloted by Mirwin. We have an a Merc Art Pyramidian with side Gatling and a flak as action is underway once again. All right, the GFA Flying Flounder. GFA Flying Flounder looking to, looks like they will be the scout for the team. Merc Double Art taking the forward position, the vanguard position. The Moth, the Pyramidian, probably better suited for the scouting position, though. That's okay. Nobody spotted yet as cloud cover is there. Looks like Red content to hide in the ribs. They're hoping, praying to see Blue come for those ribs. They are hoping and praying for it. The dust storm coming in. Chariot will back up. Blue is going to oblige. They're moving for the ribs here. We will have combat in the ribs here, folks. Just on the other side of the storm. Blue making its way. Looks like they'll be stopped by the dust storm. As we have 3 minutes remaining, Blue needs to pick up 2 kills. They do have first blood advantage to Triple L. Red with 4 straight kills. They being Fancy Cloud Dancers. They're going to move through the dust storm. They're going to move through it. Here we go, folks. They're going to move in on the Bodie McBoatface. They're going to go all in the Bodie McBoatface. The Moth moving in very aggressively. Bodie McBoatface gets caught on their front. They get caught on their front. That's the blind spot of the Galleon. They have moved very aggressively for it. This is a good play. They're going to turn the Huacha side on. They get the hull break. Moth looking to ram the Galleon. They are going to get a ram into the perma hull of the Galleon. They are looking to shove the nose cone. Pointing in goes in the correct spot of the Galleon. Bodie McBoatface trying desperately to tank it. Chariot moving in on the Flying Flounder. Here comes a ram. Oh, they're going to try to sandwich the Flying Flounder into the Moth. Oh, and the ram kill finishes it. Wow, what a finish there, folks. So much for more 5-4s here. We're going to have a 5-2 winner. Fancy Cloud Dancers wins it here in the second matchup of Sunday Community Skirmish number 170. And we will be right back, folks. We need to see who's going to be moving on to the grand finals as Triple L finishes 1-1 in the round robin tournament portion. We will be right back, folks, with our next matchup. Stay tuned, folks.